Hello there! What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a build in Ryan Kingston's Fleet Builder, and we're going to be doing an Ackbar Nebulons build. Now, I've done Ackbar Nebulons before, but I think there's a whole lot new depth to the Nebulon B frigate for Star Wars Armada that Rebellion in the Rim has introduced. And I touched on this a little bit in my last Nebulon video, but what I really wasn't able to do is kind of show you guys a whole bunch of different ships, different configurations, and a whole build, and like talk about the whole synergy and functionality that the new upgrades for Rebellion in the Rim are able to provide. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I'm using Ryan Kingston's Fleet Builder. Great Fleet Builder. I will put a link to that in the description below, as well as there's links to all of the others, all my social media and all of that. So I'm going to call this one RITR Acknebs. All right, so we're going to have a lot of Nebulons. So we're going to start with 4 Nebulons, and I'm only going to go with Nebulon Bs because this is going to be a squadronless build, and that is dangerous. But I think they're survivable enough that they can more readily take that risk now. So we're going to have 4 of these, and then I'm going to do my flagship, which is actually going to be a Pelta command ship. And the reason for the Pelta command ship is that it's going to, I'm going to want to actually throw a little more dice. I'm not going to get super close up. I don't plan on getting into close range, but I'm not going to be afraid to get into medium range. I'm going to try to fish for those accuracies as well, and and we're going to do it. Now I'm going to run Intensify Firepower, and I'm going to have Ackbar on there. Ackbar is kind of clutch for this build, and this is one of the things this is going to do. Is this is really going to help us, try to get those double arcs onto super star destroyers. It even works against any large ship. You can potentially line up your Nebulon to have double arc and Ackbar / left and right arc on any large ship. It can be done on a medium ships, but it's definitely doable on a large ship, easily doable on a huge ship. So that's one of the things we're going for. But the other thing is, even if you've only got one shot, a Nebulon gets a pretty good shot out of its side arc with Ackbar. And its side arc is so big that you basically turn the Nebulon's weakest aspect into its strongest aspect. And I think that's fun to play. And the real weakness in doing that is that Nebulons have always been so weak on the sides. So what we are going to add to all of them, and let me go ahead and let me get rid of these guys. I'm going to add them back in, but I'm going to duplicate them all because I'm going to go and add the new auxiliary shields team to these Nebulons. Now, I'm going to run so many auxiliary shields team. I think you're only getting 3 in the Rebellion in the Rim, so you're going to have to probably buy 2 or borrow a couple of these. Hopefully this one ends up being a promo at some point, because I am getting a second Rebellion in the Rim because of auxiliary shields team. I want to run a lot of these, so I'm going to duplicate this one 4 times. So we're going to have 4 Nebulons with auxiliary shields team. One of them is going to have the Redemption title. Redemption is going to be a huge title. And by the way, I'm also going to put Auxiliary Shields team on the Pelta. It's an amazing support team. And that is going to let us, on first turn, especially with Redemption, everybody runs engineering, boom, we're going to bump up those shields +1. So that means the Pelta is actually going to have 3 on the sides and 3 on the front. So very much stronger now. Very strong. It's basically a Victory Star Destroyer at this point, almost. And then our Nebulon is going to have 2 on the sides as well. All of them will. And they'll be able to do that right away because their engineering value is 3. Redemption is going to give them all +1. So that's going to be 4. In other words, 2 and 2. 1 extra shield on each side right away. Awesome stuff. Now, for our second one, we're going to run Vanguard. Vanguard is going to allow us to kind of take the lead, be the first ship that's going to go fastest. We can drop the evade for a redirect, which is going to mean that this ship is going to be working best at medium and close range now. And we're going to probably want to be that way for Ackbar. If we want to get that double slash, we're going to need to be in close range, and this is going to work well for that. However, in case we are not, we're going to put a gunnery team on there. So in case we only have those side arc shots, we can still take a couple of potentially 5 dice out the side shots and still do well. But let's make that 6 dice out the side with enhanced armament. Enhanced armament's just going to be awesome any way you slice it. So that much is really fun. Redemption, I think, can probably stay mostly the way it is. We're going to want Redemption to... Actually, you know what? No, let's make Redemption go for it, too. No, Redemption can kind of stay in the back a little bit. We're going to let Redemption stay in the back a little bit. We're going to let another one be Salvation. Now, Salvation is fun because it's also really enhancing your front arc. Now, we've got Ackbar already, so we kind of want our side arcs to be where we're shooting, but in case we don't line that up, we can definitely take the front shot. So instead of enhanced armament, I want to be more versatile to be able to take front or side shots, and so I'm going to put quad battery turrets here, which means the Salvation is going to kind of hang farther in the back, and then if it does get that front shot, it has a pretty good chance of getting an extra crit from the quad. And if it gets a side shot, then it gets a blue, maybe we get the accuracy that way. So quad battery turret is going to work great on Salvation. The reason I don't want that on all my other ships, though, because in theory, it might be better than enhanced armament. The reason that I don't want that on all my other ships is primarily because my other ships are going to have to go faster. Salvation, if it's hanging in the back, can't afford to just kind of stay speed 1 most of the game, and try to line up that front arc shot. And of course, and for him, Ackbar is kind of like the second best scenario, and so that's a lot of fun because now his front arc is going to be tremendous. I only wish that Salvation could also get Gunnery Team, but unfortunately, you'd have to put a different title on there, and then thus you would lose Salvation. Now for our we've got a 4th Nebulon that will not have a title, and for that one, I'll just go ahead and give it enhanced armament, so it'll just be a regular shooter. That one can also kind of take the lead with our second one with Vanguard. Now, Vanguard is also going to have a fun extra little officer here, and we're going to give Vanguard the awesome Expert Shield tech, which is going to mean once his shields are gone, he can now still spend his newly found redirect to just remove a damage. So that's really going to be protection against any shot, but it's also going to be protection against those squadrons that want to hit you for like 1 damage at a time. It'll definitely, and you can stop the crit that way if it's a single crit. So really good against a defender or something like that. Love that. All right. Now for our Pelta, I'm going to go ahead and put Phoenix Home on here because I know first turn I'm going to engineer, and then I'll Ramus. So I can have an engineering token, which normally would only get me 2 points, but with redemption that's going to get me 3 points. So I can even get rid of a face-up damage that way if I need to, or just start transferring some shields back around if I need to do that. So that much is fun. Now for our other officer, I'm going to go with Lando to keep him alive. Lando's just the best defensive ability, one of the best defensive abilities in the game, maybe the best defensive ability in the game. Absolutely love Lando, and now I've got a really, really solid and strong flagship in this particular type of Pelta. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now, we're at 393, so we are quickly running out of room. But one of the things we can do here is we can help keep another ship alive. So maybe I will take my other ship that's moving in early. I can give them some more survivability. But in this case, I think I'm going to give it to Salvation. And I'm going to put Major Durlin on the Salvation because he is going to be able to do a lot of damage. And also, Salvation is worth more points. So I want my ships that are effectively worth more points to the opponent to be a little more survivable. So it's worth it to put this on here. That is effectively going to really make the Salvation a pretty survivable ship, to be completely honest with you. Between Durlin reducing by 1, 2 extra shields on the side, I'm going to be 3, 2, 2, 2, and then being able to reduce the first damage every turn. It's going to be awesome. So I'm really excited about this, the way this looks. Now this is 400 points, so which means we're probably going to be second player. That also means we got to pick out some objectives. So for assault, for our red, I do have 5 ships here. So I'm going to run opening salvo. This is always my favorite objective to run when I've got a lot of ships shooting. Now, granted, you could probably even fit more ships in here if you want to, reduce a few things. You could take Salvation off. Maybe you could run 1 less enhanced armament on a ship. You could even, take that Pelta command ship and bring it down to the Black Dice version, save some points, and put a couple of squadrons in there, or a GR75. You could certainly fine tune some of this. But I'm going with that. Now, for our yellow objective, I'm going to go with Planetary Ion Cannon in this particular case. Not the most deadly thing, but since I am really trying to focus on killing ships, and that's going to be one of my best defenses against a heavy squadron build, is to take out those carriers and hope that those, even at long range, I'm able to do, a considerable amounts of damage. I got to hope to take out the carriers. Planetary Ion Cannon is going to help me do that. So I'm a big fan of that one, and it's fun. And this is supposed to be kind of a fun list. Ion Cannon's fun. Solar Corona is going to be my blue. It's going to give me complete deployment advantage if they go with that. It will allow them to, they'll have to deploy everything first, and then I get to deploy everything second, and also they'll have a harder time trying to use accuracies on me, which is especially nasty against a Nebulon, especially if you got like a double red at long range, and I want to spend my evade to cancel it. So yeah, that's the build, guys. Let me know what you think of this build in the description below. I will go ahead and love to hear from you, and don't forget about that giveaway. There's still time left to enter. All right, guys, that's all I got. I want to talk to you guys later. Don't forget to check the description below. You can find links to Ryan Kingston's Fleet Builder, as well as to all of my social media. And if you're interested in supporting the channel on Patreon, there's links for that there. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I also want to thank all of the patrons. You guys definitely help make this all possible, so thank you, patrons, as well. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.